We're back, and this week on Coffee with a Side of Economics, we discuss with Dr. Yobu Babin the economics of one of his personal hobbies, video games.
Now I'll reveal something about myself that not a lot of people know. I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer since I was a little kid, and economics is involved in countless aspects of video games. I'm just going to give you a couple examples off the top of my head. So a recent trend in the video game market has been the development of mission-based games with large open worlds, almost virtual realities that allow hundreds or more players to join in simultaneously. And usually in these types of games, for example, Red Dead Redemption 2, the game I'm playing a lot right now, they focus on the crafting of items after collecting scarce resources. These items typically determine whether or not you can complete the game or not. So a lot of times these resources are even available for purchase in online virtual markets. So game developers have to incorporate the fundamentals of supply and demand in order to keep virtual economies in these games functioning. In fact, a recent Forbes article talked about the failure of one very anticipated game recently and attributed it to the formation of online cartels, which was basically players getting together, hoarding essential resources, and making the game unwinnable to the casual gamer. In many games, cash is king. So in Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, players can earn cash via honest work or through despicable acts. Most games have some form of virtual currency, and game developers have to make decisions about how much currency to allow in games. And so the idea is to keep prices and therefore playability in line. And this is not too different from the decision that the Federal Reserve has to make on a regular basis in the real world. Finally, the video game world is virtual and it's online, which makes it a unique environment to study economic behavior. Some researchers, Greiner, Caravello, and Roth, a couple of years ago used a virtual game environment in Second Life as a laboratory to see how people might react in real life. A lot of people don't know it, but the size of the video game industry has surpassed that of the film industry. And games are quickly becoming more of a virtual reality as opposed to a distraction. So as this industry grows, I expect more economists will be hired to help video game developers create virtual economies and keep them running. So with that, I feel the urge to go rob some stagecoaches. The opportunity cost of this video is my PlayStation time, so I'll see you next time.
That concludes this week's episode of Coffee with a Side of Economics. We hope you'll be following us online and see all of our past videos, and join us next week as we discuss the economics of foreign aid with Dr. Shankar Gamiri.